Hello. Today I wanted to talk about what my problem is with school. My problem with school is not, I don't know, that we have to go. I'm not one of those people that thinks, you shouldn't be forced to go to school or anything. I do think that at least through high school, education is very necessary, but I don't like what high school education really is these days. I've always been a person that really just doesn't mind school very much, because I really like to learn, I like to know things, I like to feel smart. I like being able to understand the universe, whether it's through science or literature or just anything. I like that. That's cool, it's fun, that's just always, I've liked that. Recently, I've just kind of realized that I don't get that feeling at all from school anymore. I don't feel like I'm really learning, it's just you move on from one little unit to the next. I've always hated science classes, and I don't like the way science is really taught, because the whole unit system, I don't know, just when you have just these little concrete ideas and you study one for a couple weeks and then you take a test on it, then you learn a new idea and you're just gonna forget about this old idea until you take your final at the end of the semester or whatever, and then you have to study it all over again, and then you're gonna take a few tidbits of knowledge through the rest of your life, but the rest you're just gonna forget. And this always seemed most prominent to me in science classes, but really it's like that with any class you take. This doesn't really get me motivated to learn. You never learn about the stuff that you like to learn about. You learn about, I don't know, it's like for every topic there ever is, you have all the good, interesting information and all the boring information that it's okay, but that's just not what you wanted to learn about that. And it seems like in school you always learn the things that you don't care about, because there are a lot of things you talk about in school that are cool, but you don't ever talk about what's cool about it. You just talk about all the boring things. I don't know how education's really become this way, because it really sucks, but that's just what it always seems to be. I've always just been kind of a person that just picks up on concepts quickly. That's not even just really smarter, that's just something in your brain that it just picks up stuff quickly. But when you're in a class with people who they're smart, they just don't pick up on things as quickly. Once they learn it, they have it down just as much as you do, they just take a little more time to learn it. But this can become really frustrating in classes, because you end up spending way more time than you need on a particular concept, and then you just get bored with it, and then you just hate it. And it sucks, which that is the history of math for me right there. I mean, I always say I hate math, but really if I would put it in a perspective of other people who hate math, I guess I kind of like math. There are problems where I'm going through it, and I actually think it's just kind of a fun problem to solve. I really like logic, so of course there's a lot of logic in math, so kind of works. And then language arts has always bothered me a lot, because that's the subject I should like the most, but I don't. I love reading, I love books, I love finding the little meanings and hidden metaphors and all the little magical things that make it into a good book, but somehow I still hate language arts. One thing, I don't get why we have to read old books. A couple is good, kind of keep the literature alive, but I don't see why every single book we have is at least, I don't know, 100 years old. I think it's really exciting when you read a book and you just find out all these little things on your own. When you read Harry Potter and you find out these little foreshadowing things, and you find all these hidden connections and stuff like that. It's really exciting and fun, but what made it, I don't know, really exciting is that you did it on your own. There is nothing exciting about when you discover some little metaphor while talking about a book in class that you didn't even want to read. And then I've heard some schools have started teaching some John Green books, like Looking for Alaska. I am so jealous of those schools, because, I mean, I really like the idea of a more modern book. It's more modern problems, people can relate to the characters more easily. but it still has the same lessons that you're trying to, you know, give us, but it's in something that we can actually enjoy. I don't know, I've always just kind of done poorly in language arts for some reason, because I always just seem to miss the point. Really, I think the whole analytics of the book is really subjective. Like, I think a lot of the time there just isn't really a right answer, because I think what's important about his book is what it conveys to you as a reader, not what the author is trying to convey or just what, like, everyone else conveys, but when you're reading it, what does it convey to you? And I always seem to get something different than the textbook correct answer. Yet, I'm still in, like, AP Language Arts, but I'm not doing as well as I would like to be. On the average day going to school, it's just, like, tedious, and I don't feel like I'm using my brain. Like, I have just been, like, going to school every day waiting for a day when I'm, like, intellectually challenged. I want school to be harder. That's how bad that is. And it just has gotten, like, so bad where the first thing in the morning, it's like, as soon as my alarm goes off, my first instinct is, how can I get out of going to school today? I don't think that's how it should be. A lot of people just go, yeah, that's the way it is, but why does it have to be that way? Why can't we find a way to just somehow make things better? Make it fun to learn science, and make it so, I don't know, you can do math at your own pace, and I don't know, find a way to keep English more subjective, and that would just, I think it would make learning a lot more fun. I just feel like going to school every single day, just dragging myself there and forcing myself to not die of boredom during classes and everything. It gives me no motivation to try. It's made me incredibly lazy because I don't care. Even if I don't really care about it, no one's really trying to make it interesting for me. It's like, this is the thing you have to learn. But why? I feel like infinitely more productive if I like stay in bed till like noon or something. Even if I wake up before then, I'll get my computer and, I don't know, just whatever on the internet. And then I usually, like, I don't know, maybe work on a story I'm writing, or I make something, like I'm just like making things or painting things or drawing just random things all the time. Just like work on something. I don't know, watch a movie or a TV show or something. I'll just do that. That feels productive to me, and it shouldn't. That should feel like lazy. But because I feel like I do so little during a school day, that doing nothing but still things that I enjoy feels productive. So that is my rant about school. If you agree or disagree, let me know in the comments. I will try to put up another video soon. I know it's been a while, sorry. Thank you. Goodbye.